We will go back to Jenna in a second. I know she's in the White House, so I think it's a question of whether we can get hold of her at what point. But right now, we can talk to Jesse Jackson, who is a civil rights activist and preacher, supporter of Joe Biden. And Jesse Jackson, you won't remember, but I certainly do. I stood beside you in Grant Park in Chicago on the night or the morning after Obama won 12 years ago. Does America still feel to you like the same country these 12 years on?
In many ways, that undercurrent of America that's fighting back. Trump has conducted a kind of counter-revolution on America's back, a counter-revolution. He has embarrassed America. I went to the United Center today where Michael Jordan played basketball. It's three blocks long around the corner. We've never voted before. One, there's this medical pandemic 19, COVID-19. We're 4% of the world's population, 25% of the world's deaths. Science said it could have been prevented. He chooses superstition over science. There's COVID-19, that's 16, 19, the race question. For example, 5 young black men were accused of raping a white woman in New York, convicted wrongfully. He said he should be executed, took out a 4-page ad. And then when they were freed, he executed again. It's disdain for black people. The Caribbean and Africa are shitholes. Such as vulgar language he used. The Norwegians are superior to Africans. I mean, babies separate their parents at the border. I mean, so there's this running insult level of, I think it's going to bounce back on him today.
Reverend Jackson, let me ask you then, how do you think he has appealed to so many Americans? If all that you are saying is true, and I can see it's heartfelt, how has he appealed to half of your country?
No, America, he's revived the Civil War to some extent. That was Lincoln and Jefferson Davis. He's in Jefferson Davis Confederate tradition. We are non-violence in voting. He's violence. He kind of given comfort to the violent element. They got plywood all over the stores in America tonight. They're going to be a riot. Not civil rights workers. Those AK-47 military weapons in our streets. They are threatening. They ran a Biden bus off the road 2 days ago. They thought Biden and Kamala was on the bus. Bold went to the Michigan legislature with the guns drawn, for a little ammunition, sought to kidnap the governor. I mean, this is bold, revolutionary type action.
This has been an election fought in the shadow of Black Lives Matter. I wonder how much of a part that will play. What are you hearing in terms of voter turnout because of that?
Black Lives Matter took on a life of its own. It became more than it became people lives matter, but in the sense that black was the trigger point. George Floyd's death, real time on live television, it touched something within us. Our basic decency came out of us. So I think whites are voting who never voted before. Young people who never voted before. I think tonight Biden's going to win handily, frankly.
Reverend Jesse Jackson, thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight.